bridegroom took up lamentation, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion. And after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector to tribute unto the city of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore, and destroyed much people of Israel.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do now. If Obama gets back in there, they're talking about he's going to raise taxes dramatically. All right. Now, if Romney gets up in there, he's going to raise taxes dramatically as well, and he's going to cut taxes dramatically on the super rich and the rich. So we don't know who's going to be the new president, or whether Obama's going to get back in there. The elites already know who's going. They already got it set up who's going to be put back in there. And if, like I said, if Obama stays in office, he's the incumbent president. To do another 4 years, he's already in that presidential seat, so he can start passing laws and bringing out executive orders. I mean, he can just totally change himself as soon as he gets in office. Now, if Romney gets in office, he would have to wait until he's inaugurated on January 20th. All right. Now, if he's a president-elect, Obama can still do, what the elite tell him to do, and put all kind of hell on the people. Either way, hell is coming to this place. I mean, you haven't been watching what's going on in Spain and in Greece and these other countries around the world, which these U.S. News stations like CNN and Fox and these other news stations, cable news stations and so forth, they're really not telling you what's going on around the world. They're not giving you world politics. They're not informing you of geopolitics. So you don't understand what's going on, and you don't understand that what's happening right now with the national debt and so forth, and QE Unlimited, they call it. It's supposed to be called QE3, Quantitative Easing 3, which now they're calling QE Unlimited because they're not going to stop. They said they'll stop or slow it down in about the year 2015. So once they do that, once they do a thing called quantitative easing, which it's already in effect, all that's going to do is weaken the dollar. So you should expect prices to go up, gas prices to go up, food prices to go up, pretty much everything to go up. All right? So people are going to react against it. It's going to get so bad that people are going to react against it, and that's why the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, the Social Security Administration, and other administrations are purchasing these hollow point bullets, because they know you're going to try to attack these offices, and they're going to have to be ready. They're going to have a so-called police force to protect them, because all hell's going to break loose. If Obama decides to put in place a VAT tax, which is a value-added tax. In other words, a tax. If something's manufactured, there's a tax on it. If it goes to the distributor, there's another tax on it. From the distributor to the retailer, there's another tax on it. Then when it comes to you, there might be 3 or 4 taxes before it even hits you. So quite naturally, the price is going to be high, because most of the price that you're paying is in the form of a tax. The VAT tax, that's big. They know about that in Europe, because Obama was talking about doing it a couple of years ago, but he's most likely going to wait. So like I said, when prices go up, when you're not getting raises, when there's no jobs out there, when people have nothing else to lose, they lose it. Solante always says that. So they're getting ready to lose it in this society, but they're going to wait until after the elections, all right? So what's getting ready to happen in this country happened back there during the time of the Maccabees. Go ahead.
Right, it says, and when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire and pulled down the houses and walls thereof on every side. But the women and children took they captive and possessed the cattle. Then builded they the city of David with a great and strong wall, and with mighty towers, and made it a strong hold for them. And they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein. They stored it also with armor and victuals, and when they had gathered together the spoils of Jerusalem, they laid them up there, and so they became a sore snare. For it was a place to lie in wait against the sanctuary, and an evil adversary to Israel. Thus they shed innocent blood on every side of the sanctuary and defiled it, insomuch that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them. Whereupon the city was made an habitation of strangers, and became strange to those that were born in her. And her own children left her. Her sanctuary was laid waste like a wilderness. Her feasts were turned into mourning, her Sabbaths into reproach, her honor into contempt. As had been her glory, so was her dishonor increased, and her excellency was turned into mourning. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and every one should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
Yeah, all should be one people. That's your one world order concept.
It says, yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed.
Read that again, please.
It says, yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
Many also of the Israelites consented to his religion. So if they consented to his religion, part of his religion was not dealing with the Sabbath or any of their so-called religion. So when they taught their children that, of course, their children and their children's children, if they said, are you an Israelite? They say, no, we're not Israelites. We're Elamites. We're black Greeks. A case in point is Timothy's father. Okay, Timothy's father, he was an Israelite, but he followed the way of the Greeks. He's probably a military man. It doesn't go into all of the details, but that's how we so-called lost our religion.
And sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messenger unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh, excuse me, and unclean beasts.
Yeah, your churches that you go to are groves, buildings that are shaped in the form, and I mentioned this many times, the way a church is built from the ground up. Inside the church, it's like a dome. The ceiling is like a dome with like, what can I say, pillars or whatever. Look like pillars like going across, or look like branches of trees. That's your grove. And they sacrifice swine flesh. Everybody that goes to the church, they eat pork. You Baptists, you Methodists, you Jehovah, you all eat pork.
It says that they should also